In the quest to find the One Piece treasure, we follow along our protagonist, Monkey D. Luffy, and his Straw Hat crew, at which we meet a bunch of goofy, mysterious, and racist side characters in their respective arcs. Some characters even return in the following arcs, and notice how I said some. That's why today, I'll be discussing 5 One Piece characters that need to come back to the current story. By the way, this is my first YouTube video I gave 2 shits about, so subscribing and leaving a like will be greatly appreciated. Now let's dive in.
Let's go!
Starting off at number 5, we got Blueno. And I don't know about y'all, this man is quite literally the definition of wasted potential. As CP9's secret agent, Blueno's main quality is infiltration, which, for a top secret organization, is good. But his demonstration of his devil fruit powers, the Dorry no Mi, is flat out embarrassing, especially in his fight with Luffy. I mean, sure, he was facing Luffy in Gear 2, who's basically on steroids, but having a devil fruit power that gives you the ability to open up a door anywhere in any place you've been to gives you a lot of potential in fights, especially in One Piece. However, now would be the best time for Blueno to get his get back, as right now in the manga, the Straw Hats are facing CP9 on Egghead Island, and so this would be the perfect time to show an awakening of, Blueno's true power. If Oda writes him well, he could be up there with the GOATs, or he could just be trash. We'll see. Moving on to number 4, I gotta go with my boy Gin. Wait, not that one.
Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
Oh, that's him. Now then. Straight from the East Blue, Gin, for a side character in an extremely early arc in One Piece, was a pretty well loved and interesting character. Not only did Gin provide one of the hardest fights in One Piece period, but also helped display the impacts of admiration in the pirate world, for better or for worse. This theme of Gin is present throughout this arc, as we see Gin go through multiple conflicts of whether or not to aid the people who saved his life or follow the only man he ever admired. Seeing Gin struggle with his loyalty is something that the audience can really connect to, as up until this part of the story, we've only seen pirates that stick to a captain with a common goal mentality like Luffy or Shanks, or devoted crewmates like Zoro or Lucky Roux. But seeing Gin follow a captain so self-centered and cynical as Don Krieg makes us wonder to what depths will Gin foolishly follow a man who he once admired. And towards the end of the arc, Gin really glowed up, despite the part of him picking up the same man who just tried to kill him. He said that he'll lead his own crew and do things his way, live his own life. He also then realized that he only admired Don Krieg due to his power and not to his ideals or leadership. It's still up to speculation as to when Gin would come back to the series, but I personally hope that he comes back soon, as not only was he an amazing character for the time he's been on screen, but the impact that he's left on the series as a whole would never be forgotten, as he was one of the people that influenced Sanji to join Luffy's crew in the first place. Overall,
I'm in the prison, he ain't do that shit, Your Honor. Free my nigga.
for number 3, I had the Slim Shady himself, Eneru, or Enel, the drippiest villain in One Piece from one of the most overhated arcs, as well, somewhat missing in the current story. Last time we saw Enel was him almost meeting God after Luffy thrusted him towards Skypia's golden bell. After getting washed by Luffy, Enel decided to call it quits and get his new plantation on the moon. And after that arc, we never seemed to hear from Enel ever again.
What? I don't believe it!
Kidding.
It's just as I expected.
Like every other One Piece villain, Oda finds a way to give us, the audience, a checkup on the antagonists and their individual progress after their respective arcs, at which Enel is no exception. Thanks to Oda's peak storytelling, we can decipher Enel's progress on the moon through the manga's cover arts, and he seems to make somewhat of a mole alien army? Yeah, I'm starting to see a lot of connections here. Oda, you're not slick. However, these cover arts only give so much information as to what's going on, but a proper flashback or Family Guy cutaway gag could definitely be a great way to check up on Enel's current progress in the manga. Also, spoilers, Luffy being an actual god now, unlike Enel who claimed to be a god, there could be some interesting dialogue between the two. And I could definitely see Enel doing the flight reacts after seeing Luffy whip out a giant saw to cut the moon in half. You know, it could work, Oda. It could work. You could hire me. I don't know. Overall, it's about time we had a NASA arc.
Should I tone it down so you can keep up, monkey?
At number 2, I got the Giant Brothers from Little Garden. Now, I know some of y'all may have forgotten who these guys are since it's been a while since we all watched pre-time skip, but these guys in particular, they're different. After getting exiled from Elbaf over a hunting competition, these boys have been boxing for 100 years and shaking the island with every even strike. It does sound like I'm gassing them a little bit too much. However, the main reason I want them back in the story is for the promise Usopp made with them. You know, the one where Usopp said he wanted to live proud and honorably like the giants from Elbaf? Usopp reuniting with Dorry and Broggy would definitely be one of the most memorable moments of One Piece, as not only would it complete Usopp's dream of becoming a great warrior, it would also complete Usopp's journey into becoming a great warrior. It would also push Usopp to complete his goal faster, as right now in the manga, well, we all know how disappointing Usopp's been lately, especially in Wano, Punk Hazard, not really Destroza, but you know what I'm saying. Like, lately he's not really showing up. He's not showing up too much compared to the other strides. So this could really be the push that Usopp needs to get there. Also, we haven't really seen the utmost potential of the Giants, as before, what we mainly saw was them evenly clashing and also pre-time skip. So we don't know what type of hockey, what type of, you know, like training they've got. We could see a whole lot of things at Elbaf if they come back, so that would definitely be hype. And for our final draft pick, you know how to go with the GOAT, Bon Clay. Now, I know a lot of people may think, you know, this pick was invalid, but Bon Clay is just simply him. There's not much more to it. From being a goofy but lovable side enemy in Alabasta to sacrificing himself for Luffy's wishes multiple times in Impo Down. You know, now that I think about it, Oda did not need to make him this much of a peak character. Like, his design is goofy. Everything about him is just like mid, but his character is what really pushes him to people's hearts. Also, Bon Clay is such a W friend. Like, there's no ulterior motive to his actions. He just wants to be a good friend. He always is there to help Luffy, to save him, even fight with him. He's just a W mans. Even his death is peak, sacrificing himself so that Luffy can go save Ace again. Like, Oda was cooking. But wait, if Bon Clay died, then I don't think he should be on this list. Oh, what's that? I think I just got a call from my supervisor. I'll be right back. Wait, huh? Really? OnlyFans? It's official? Alright, got you. Hey guys, just got some word from my higher ups, and apparently, despite being number 1 on this list, Bon Clay is still alive, baby. Number 1.
You're not being Goku!